Every man desires to live long, but no man wishes to be old. A wise person should have money in their head, but not in their heart. Live every day as your last, because one of these days it will be. May you live every day of your life. When a great genius appears in the world, you may know him by this sign, that the dunces are all in confederacy against him. It is useless to attempt to reason a man out of a thing he was never reasoned into. Vision is the art of seeing what is invisible to others. Proper words in proper places make the true definition of style. Whoever makes the fewest persons uneasy is the best-bred man in company. A man should never be ashamed to own that he has been in the wrong, which is but saying that he is wiser today than yesterday. Power is no blessing in itself, except when it is used to protect the innocent. He was a bold man that first ate an oyster. When I am reading a book, whether wise or silly, it seems to me to be alive and talking to me. The worthiest people are the most injured by slander, as is the best fruit which the birds have been pecking at. There is no absolute success in the world, only constant progress. There is nothing constant in this world but inconsistency. There are few, very few, that will own themselves in a mistake. Every dog must have his day. If a man makes me keep my distance, the comfort is, he keeps his at the same time. Happiness is the perpetual possession of being well deceived. No wise man ever wished to be younger. Falsehood flies, and truth comes limping after it, so that when men come to be undeceived, it is too late. When a great genius appears in the world, you may know him by this sign, that the dunces are all in confederacy against him. Undoubtedly, philosophers are in the right when they tell us that nothing is great or little otherwise than by comparison. I never wonder to see men wicked, but I often wonder to see them not ashamed. The latter part of a wise person's life is occupied with curing the follies, prejudices, and false opinions they contracted earlier. We of this age have discovered a shorter and more prudent method to become scholars and wits without the fatigue of reading or of thinking. I have ever hated all nations, professions, and communities, and all my love is toward individuals. Satire is a sort of glass, wherein beholders do generally discover everybody's face but their own. A soldier is a Yahoo hired to kill in cold blood as many of his own species, who have never offended him, as possibly he can. I'm as old as my tongue and a little older than my teeth. In men desire begets love, and in women love begets desire. Honesty has no defense against superior cunning. That the universe was formed by a fortuitous concourse of atoms. We have chosen to fill our hives with honey and wax, thus furnishing mankind with the two noblest of things, which are sweetness and light. Laws are like cobwebs, which may catch small flies, but let wasps and hornets break through. The stoical scheme of supplying our wants by lopping off our desires is like cutting off our feet when we want shoes. As love without esteem is capricious and volatile, esteem without love is languid and cold. I will no more believe than that the accidental jumbling of the alphabet would fall into a most ingenious treatise of philosophy. In answer to which, I assured His Honor that in all points out of their lawyer's own trade, they were usually the most ignorant and stupid generation among us, the most despicable in common conversation. One enemy can do more hurt than 10 friends can do good. Words are the clothing of our thoughts. I could not sufficiently wonder at the intrepidity of these diminutive mortals. Let that be as it will, thus much is certain, that however spiritual intrigues begin, they generally conclude like all others. They may branch upward toward heaven, but the root is in the earth. Punning is a talent which no man affects to despise, but he that is without it. Men are never so serious, thoughtful, and intent as when they are at stool. When people are met together, a short silence does much improve conversation. Some men, under the notion of weeding out prejudice, eradicate virtue, honesty, and religion. The use of speech was to make us understand one another and to receive information of facts. So that, upon the whole, there must be some kind of subjection due from every man to every man, which cannot be made void by any power, preeminence, or authority whatsoever. Books, the children of the brain. Whereof one was a page that held up his train. I have one word to say upon the subject of profound writers, who are grown very numerous of late. They look upon fraud as a greater crime than theft, and therefore seldom fail to punish it with death. These reasonings will furnish us with an adequate definition of a true critic, that he is a discoverer and collector of writers' faults. Satire is a sort of glass wherein beholders do generally discover everybody's face but their own, which is the chief reason for that kind reception it meets with in the world, and that so very few are offended with it.